Hey, welcome back to the Passive Buddies podcast. And today we are being a little bit controversial. Well, you'll think so. We're talking about why branding doesn't matter if you do this. Now, I know people will literally sit there for 3 months trying to come up with the perfect brand. And you'll be surprised how absolutely pointless this is. And there's definitely some better things you can be doing to make some cash straight away. But if you handle your branding in a different way, it massively takes off for you. Now, obviously, King of Controversy is my
Mhm.
co-host, and Brandon Duff is here, and we'll dive into that conversation about branding. Does it matter? Doesn't it matter? At what point do you consider it, and all those different things. You ready, pal?
I am always ready.
Yeah. So go on. Why doesn't it matter?
So if you, I recently shifted, and I went from kind of the monopoly man to the stay-at-home dad. And so for those that don't know, we have a baby on the way. My wife is 20 weeks pregnant. And so uh, my kind of avatar or my branding was known as the Monopoly Man. We owned real estate. We bought 10 rentals, 1.8 million. And in doing so, I thought, branding that would stick out on Facebook. And it did. I did really, really well jumping into the space, and it pretty much kind of highlighted me as what I do. And so and it stood out from everyone else because no everyone had their face, and my obviously avatar, my uh, picture of me dressed up as Mr. Monopoly stood out and caused people to remember me essentially. I've then now removed that branding from my YouTube, from my Facebook and my Medium posts, and now it's just me behind a mic like this, and that's my picture. And so I think that branding does matter in a sense of, like, if you're trying to stick with a particular style or messaging or belief system, then that's super important to keep that messaging and that branding alive. But as far as you as a personal brand, people follow you for you and not really your brand in a sense. I mean, brand essentially makes the business, right? Like, because it allows it to be recognized. But you as a person, if people know you, your face, how you talk, um, your messaging and what you stand for, it doesn't matter what that, if you have a mustache or a top hat or you just have are standing behind a microphone, people are going to still recognize you and still follow you, and you're not going to lose out on, I don't know, like thousands of dollars because you think that if you make one shift in your business and shift it from one look to another, it's
Hmm.
going to change anything. It really isn't. And I think that's, and I'll leave and I'll ask your opinion on this, but too many people think that they need to create this amazing brand and create, the perfect logo and create the perfect icon and color scheme, and they never start, and they think that, that's the thing that's going to make them their business. In reality, it's not. I mean, all that stuff is great, but if you don't start, you're never going to get there.
You're absolutely right. Now I remember obviously my first business was a business, not obviously like a personal brand. So what we done at that point was obviously we spent a little bit of time creating a logo and and we found like a color scheme that felt natural and stuff like that. It didn't take us too long, but we got it done. And what I've done ever since is I've just used the same color scheme, same sort of, and obviously it's just moved on. Like everyone always laughs at me. Like if I suggest anything, like if I'm doing any client work or if anyone asks me to help them out with their branding, I'm just like blue and orange, blue and gold, blue and yellow. There you go, done. Pick one. And we've just moved on from that scenario. Like it doesn't matter. It can move, it can change, it will do, and that is, it doesn't matter if you just put your face on it. Pick two contrasting colors, put your name there, and you're done. Like I've had students messaging me this week. What should I call my YouTube channel? What should I call my Medium channel? I was like, your name. I was like, because it's just that simple. I was like, just put your name down and put what you do. So, and not like a long thing. So I think we got name and mum boss, which I thought was quite nice. And just easy. It don't spend too much time on it because, as you said, like we've had ex-students in the past that have spent like 3 months on branding and haven't made a sale in 3 months because they've been focusing on a logo and getting the right angle and the right curvature. It's like no one gives a shit. Like they really, really don't. What they can want and what they want to know is, can you help them out of that pain? And if the answer is yes, it doesn't matter what your logo looks like. It doesn't matter what your color scheme is. That can come in time, but you're starting a business for one reason, aren't you? You're starting a business to make money. So go ahead and start making money. Like especially if you just put your name to it, like that's never going to change. That wasn't hard to think of. Let's just go. Like create that personal brand and go. Um, Obviously we've got like, for instance, Brandon's got like the boring passive income dad. I've got passive buddies, and again, it was we didn't really think too hard. It was just like what we like and how we want to do it. Done, bang, go. But obviously our name always comes first, and
Yeah.
at least then you can pivot. So as Brandon's pivoted from selling all his real estate and buying out his house outright and all these different things, like he's changed because he's becoming a dad and his role's going to change and he needs to start buying polo tops and 3/4 shorts. Like all these things that happen, like he needs to
Never
get
gonna
like
happen.
a pipe and a rocking chair and just all these different things that need to be part of his new branding. But
Never gonna happen.
I think you'd look good in 3/4 shorts, pal.
Well, I always wear gym shorts, so I mean that's good enough. Uh, but it was funny you were talking about color schemes when I went and got a jacket because I now have my Bluetooth headphones because I got a new computer.
And I started
That
talking. I was like, "Where's he gone?" Oh, I was like, yeah.
so I can still hear the conversation. But I remember one of our students were like, hey, "Do you do those colors for because of I think it was a hockey team in the UK or maybe a soccer team?" And you're like, "No, no, no, it's been the same color scheme forever." And
Oh
so
yeah, she was like, "Are you a Leeds fan?" I was like,
yeah, Leeds, that's what it
"No."
was.
I was like, "No, I
So
am
it was
not."
funny to hear that, to see that. So, but you have to think like if you spend all day on that, like no one's this is the honest truth. No one's gonna look at your logo and be like, I'm not gonna buy from them because they have a shitty logo, or I'm not gonna buy from them because their color is blue instead of magenta. It's just
Magenta.
I don't
Couldn't have just
know.
gone
It's
with
purple.
red.
Is it magenta purple?
I thought magenta was like a pinky red. You know the one that's on the printers.
I don't know. Anyways, no one's
To
gonna
Google
buy
this.
because you have magenta colors. I mean, I have a pink coffee mug that I drink from every single day, and I really don't care. It's actually pretty cool. But you have to think like the more time you're trying to pick out a color that no one's going to care about is the less time you have to produce content that people actually care about. And
Hmm.
if you're not producing that content, no one's going to see your messaging. No one's going to understand uh, your vision, and then you're never going to make any money. So if you stop worrying about the little nuances like logo and color scheme and does this color make me feel warm or does it make me feel um, calm, or whatever the different color, like I know yellow is supposed to be like more shocking or bring attention or energy, so like all the different things, like stop thinking about that, just start producing content, start building your brand, and or not brand influence, start building your tribe or your cult. That way you can then kind of see what the overall theme is of what people like and what they dislike, and then you can create a branding based off of that. I think that that's probably the best way to do it. But What do I know? I think that you should just get out there, produce content, and then worry about a theme, because all that stuff, all that logos and the brand is you. You are the brand. You're the product. You're the logo. You're the color scheme. You are all that in one as a personal brand.
You're absolutely right. And if you really do, if you're like, no, Brandon, no, Brandon, I need to pick a color scheme, just pick blue and yellow and go get on with it. I was like, it just works. Blue and orange works. Just go do it. Doesn't matter. If that's what's really holding you up and you're not listening to us for the last 15 minutes, then just pick blue and orange and go and just do what you need to do. Make money, make content, because that's what actually matters in this world. Like, you're in the online digital marketing world. Like, I actually seen a reel the other day. Like, someone was like, they were at VCon, I think, at one of Gary V's conferences. And they were, oh, it's like, we want to change the world, and we want to change the world, and we're doing this and doing that. He's like, how many pieces of content do you make? He's like, one a week. And he would get out my conference. He would get the fuck out of my
That's
conference.
awesome.
He was like, what are you doing? Change the world. You don't want to change the world. He's like, yeah, but. I was like, stop putting buts in the way. Stop making excuses. Excuses don't exist. It's just your justification for not getting shit done. So go and just create some content. Go and start. And eventually you'll build that influence and you'll start making money. And that's all that matters.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. I think we wrapped it there.
Wrapped it right there, guys. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Tell us if we're doing a good job. Tell us if we're doing a shit job. If you enjoy all of this type of content, if you want to be involved in our community, come and join the Cash Flow community. It is epic. We teach everything in great detail and exactly how to make that cash online. And we will see you on the next episode.
Peace.